So, greetings everyone. I'll start with a beautiful quote. Live each moment, preserve each memory before your bachpan becomes a story. Greetings to all the distinguished guests, esteemed participants. It is with great pleasure and profound honor I welcome you all to this prestigious international seminar on For Every Child, Every Right, on this occasion of UN and UNESCO World Children's Day, which is being held today, November 20, 2023. A very happy World Children's Day to all of you. This international seminar is being organized by International Council for Education, Research and Training. International Council for Education, Research and Training is an autonomous, non-government leading scientific and professional research and training organization with offices located in Washington, D.C., California, Sydney, New Delhi, and other countries. With several educators, researchers, consultants, and students as its members, ICRT not only develops educational training programs but also manages institutes and promotes research and training in education globally. This is an institution of learning and training facilitating education, research, and social welfare initiatives with the motto knowledge, wisdom, and prosperity. We at ICRT are working with the mission to promote advancement and application of scientific research and knowledge to benefit society. World Children's Day is celebrated to advocate, promote, and celebrate children's rights, translating into dialects and actions that will build a better world for children. From climate change, education, and mental health to ending racism and discrimination, children are young people, and raising their voices on these issues that matter to their generation is the calling for adults to create a better future. In the mosaic of global community, where diversity paints the canvas of humanity, it is imperative that we unite in a symphony of purpose to ensure that every child, irrespective of their background or circumstances, is endowed with the inalienable rights and form the foundation of their well-being and development. The theme for every child, every right encapsulates the essence of our collective endeavor, a rallying cry for equity, justice, and unwavering commitment to secure a future where no child is left behind. Children are the world's most valuable resources and its best hope for the future, said the John F. Kennedy very rightly. So I'll quickly overview the instructions for participants today. Today's seminar duration is 2 hours plus minus 15 minutes. Please follow digital ethics and keep your mic off. Don't write unnecessary messages in chat box. There is no attendance or feedback link as attendance is automatically recorded and all the candidates who will at least attend 75% of the time duration will get the certificate of participation. There is only one plenary session in today's program. If you have any question from our honorable resource person or speakers, you could raise your hand or request yourself to unmute at the end of the session. We will have your questions. Question answer session will be conducted towards the end of the session. Attendance participation certificates will be issued in 15 to 20 days after this program. Please don't write unnecessary emails to ICRT before 15 days. For forthcoming programs of ICRT, please visit our official website www.icrt.org.in. For one-day International Multidisciplinary Conference on December 17, 2023, please visit Conferences ICRT. And for one-day International Seminar on December 3, 2023, please visit Seminars ICRT. Thank you. Now, I would like to welcome Ms. Sonia McPherson. Ms. Sonia McPherson, the chief patron of today's international seminar, has dedicated her life to promote education, research, and innovation. She is a prime ambassador bestowed by Meetwhile NESCOM, a prestigious program that promotes enthusiastic learners to promote the community around them. She has an adaptable and organized educationalist and has been a part of this beautiful educational fraternity for more than 27 years. She possesses apt skills to assist teachers on the usage, applicability of execution, content, curriculum, and academic modules. She is Master of Philosophy Mathematics from Alagappa University and Master of Science Mathematics from Alagappa University. She has exceptional administration skills and being the head of St. Angel School, Gurugram, headmistress at Orbis School, Pune, vice principal at Vidyasleep Public School, Pune, senior mathematics teacher at the Frank Anthony Public School, New Delhi, and now she assists in setting up the schools. She has attended several webinars, certificate courses at international level, and to further add a feather to her cap, she has also been felicitated with several awards and accolades like Outstanding Leadership Award, National Human Resource Optimization Award. She is a true example of dedication, wisdom, and brimming knowledge throughout her career of 3 decades. We are honored, ma'am, to welcome the chief patron of today's international seminar, Miss Sonia, ma'am. Over to you.
A very warm welcome to everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Dilpreet. I think that took a lot of time. We have our guest of honor, the chairperson, and the guest lecturers waiting. So, without much ado, without taking much time on myself, let's start today's program. A little insight into today's program. We go back to 1959 when the Declaration of the Rights of the Child was taken as a prime duty by the UN General Assembly. And the UN General Assembly in 1989 adopted the Convention of the Right of Child on the same day, that is today, the 20th of November. With that, I think we start not letting the child in us die, at the same time promoting the rights of the children, improving the child welfare. We begin with today's program. Thank you, Dr. Dilpreet.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your very beautiful and kind words. Now, I would like to welcome the keynote speaker, Dr. Tina Bhatia, educator, educationalist, trainer. Dr. Tina Bhatia has her specialization in the realm of English literature with forte in aspects of English language, educational psychology, and special education. She is currently engaged in graduate and postgraduate teaching in the Faculty of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Education at the university. She has participated and presented numerous papers at national and international conferences and national conclaves during past 5 years of her enriching research experience. She has been an active research participant in various faculty development programs, research related workshops, including ICSSR, ICRT, IARA from time to time. She is also an awardee of first prize in research proposal poster presentation competition and recipient of best paper in the track of human resources at international conferences. She has authored 7 research papers in Scopus, UGC Care listed journals. An adherent of the wives of Indian Armed Forces personnel, she has actively worked for the welfare of the wives of PBORs, their skill acquisition, and Army Skill Training Center. She has attained nearly 10 years of teaching experience at various schools like St. Agnes, Kendriya Vidyalaya Srinagar, Army Public School, Shankar Vihar, Holy Child. Prior to her recent most appointment as assistant professor, she was employed as a resource person at the School of Education, GD Goenka University. At present also, she is an active member of WEF, Women Economic Forum, recipient of award, held the chair as one of the speakers in plenarily parallel session at 84th Global Edition of Annual WEF 2022, New Delhi. We are honored to welcome you on the board, ma'am.
Doctors, are you there? Is she available there? Could you see her logged in, Dr. Dilpreet?
No, ma'am.
Dr.
Doctor,
Tina Bhatia, are you with us? Could you please, is the chat enabled? If she's there, she can probably come into the chat.
yes, ma'am, she is present there. Ma'am, you are
Wonderful.
co-host. You can unmute yourself. Tina, ma'am. Tina, ma'am, are you able to listen us? Are you there?
We'll invite her in a short while. I think we can go on with our
Okay,
presentations,
ma'am.
and I think we'll
Okay, ma'am.
invite our guest of honor now, Dr. Dilpreet.
Yes, ma'am. So I would like to introduce our guest of honor and seminar chair of the today, Professor Rajendra Kumar Uppal, Professor Emeritus, MTSC, Global Chair Professor, Banking and Finance from Bathinda, Punjab. Professor Rajendra Kumar Uppal, a distinguished academician and prolific researcher, holds the position of Professor Emeritus and MTC Global Chair Professor for Banking and Finance at Baba Farid College of Management and Technology in Bathinda, Punjab. Despite humble beginnings in a small town in Punjab, Dr. Uppal has risen to prominence through his unwavering passion for knowledge and learning. With a career spanning over 3 decades, Dr. Uppal emerged a leading figure in the field of banking and finance. His extensive contribution include writing and editing 72 books with notable titles. His research has not only garnered global recognition but also has set records, earning him a place in India Book of Records, Asia Book of Records, International Book of Records, and World Book of Records. Dr. Opal's commitment to research is evident in his completion of 255 research papers, presenting 95 papers at national and international conference, and successfully guiding numerous PhD and MPhil candidates. Beyond academia, Dr. Uppal has actively contributed to societal discourse through his articles in leading Indian newspapers, expert talks on television, radio, and design of UGC job oriented courses. His work continues to shape the discourse of economic development, modernization, and future of Indian banking industry. We welcome you on the board, sir.
Good evening to all. A very dynamic, humble, and leading personality, Dr. S.K. Singh, Chairman ICRT, Dr. Sandeep Kumar, General Secretary ICRT, a very humble, simple, straightforward, and pillar of ICRT and their dynamic team members. Dr. Archana Anchal, Executive Director, Research and Publication Division, ICRT, uh, and Head Department of Education, Baba Mast Nath University, Rohtak. Chief Patron of this conference, today's conference, Miss Sonia, uh, Dr. Dilpreet, Coordinator and Assistant Professor, University Business School, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, Dr. Navdeep Kaur, Director Research ICRT, Dr. Simran, Dr. Shama Parvez, Public Relation Officer, ICRT, other delegates of ICRT, and delegates from India and other countries and paper presenters. First of all, accept my heartiest congratulations to organize this wonderful seminar on International Children Day. First of all, happy World Children Day. World Children Day is celebrated to raising awareness about children's rights and improving their welfare. It is celebrated annually on November 20 as a remembrance of the Declaration of the Rights of the Child by the UN General Assembly in 1959. Childhood is the only phase of life where one can live carefree with the least number of things to worry about it. It is also a crucial phase of life that requires maximum amount of care, nutrition, and focus on upbringing to ensure a better future. The celebration of the World Children's Days on November 20 serves as a way to promote children's welfare and international togetherness across the world. World Children Day, the Children Day serves as an opportunity to people, professionals to raise awareness about child rights and their welfare. It brings an opportunity to develop deep into small choices people can make for the younger generation. Mothers, fathers, teachers, nurses, doctors, government leaders, and civil society activists, and religious and community elders, corporate and media professionals, as well as young people and children themselves can play an important part for the on the this World Children Day. Empowering children, the day emphasize the need to emphasize children to participate in decisions that affect their lives and to become active members of their communities. The theme for the World Children Day for the year 2023 is for every child, every right. The occasion of the Children Day reminds all of us that we must always laugh like a child and we will never be sad and depressed in life. Children follow their own dreams with their parents' help and encouragement. In my opinion, it is very important to motivate the child child. Otherwise, it will become very, very difficult for us. In India, there is a big, not in India, but it is a global scenario. Nearly 1 in 10 children are subject to child labor in the worldwide. COVID-19 is responsible to increase the child labor and exploitation of the childhood. Labor child problem of this is not for only for the developing nations, even it is this problem is also increasing in the developed countries. Maximum child labor is found in agricultural sector and industrial sector. Poverty, unawareness, and poor uh, implementation of anti-child labor is responsible to increase the exploitation of the children. Is the children. There is this day is also very important to create the awareness among the children and also uh, how we can stop child labor in India. In my opinion, first of all, it is a very, very important. We should spread the awareness, particularly in the rural sector and overpopulated states like UP, Bihar, West Bengal. More strict laws and effective implementation of laws against child exploitation should be made. The students, the children should send, uh, parents should send their children to schools, discouraging people to employ children in homes, shops, and factories. supporting NGOs like Bal Raksha Bharat. It is our duty, being a elder, to protect the child and give them good ethics. I will give one example. Shri Krishna Bhagwan was uh, was learned so many ethics in his childhood, and when he came in life and he uh, uh, Vad Shri Kans, which was uh, a problem for the population of that time. In the same way, in my opinion, we should protect our child and respect their rights. It is my humble submission, being a parents, being a teacher. So many teachers are joining this seminar. They should give more importance to their children. It is our prime duty. This is the also one message of this one day international seminar. We should create much more awareness among the parents, particularly in poor families, particularly overpopulated areas where child labor is maximum. At that places, awareness should be created. I hope this one day international seminar will be very, very useful for all of us, and we will also give more rights to our children. With these words, I hope the discussions, panel discussion will be very, very useful for others. Once again, I congratulations to this ICRT to organizing this beautiful seminar. With these words, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Rajendra Kumar Uppal. Beautiful, inspiring words connecting modern day education challenges, talking about the crucial phase of life that is childhood, talking about empowering children and lifting and connecting with our old history, going back to Krishna's days. And I think it couldn't be enlightening and couldn't be a better way to start today's program. Thank you so much, Professor Rajendra Kumar Uppal. It was heartening to hear you, and what a well start that we've had today. Over to you, Dr. Dilpreet Kaur.
Thank you, ma'am. I would once again like to invite Dr. Tina Bhatia. Ma'am, are you there?
Yes, a very good day. There were some audio issues. I'm out of it right now. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Thank you so much.
Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to the board.
Thank you. Can I start?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Please
Okay.
do.
My screen can be seen?
Not yet. Could you please start sharing?
Yeah. Can you see?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
I'm sharing it here. Can be seen right now?
Not yet.
Now can be seen?
Oh,
Yes,
wonderful.
ma'am.
You are there, very much there. All the
Thank
best.
you. Thank you. Thank you. So, a very good day to each and everyone present here on this platform today. I'm Dr. Tina Bhatia, and I'm going to share with you my perspectives in relation to celebrate, advocate, promote children's rights. Now, these rights are just not here to be, but it's a need of the very hour to translate these rights into actions, into dialogues, into transformation, innovation, which will definitely facilitate to build a better future, a better world, a better place for every child on this planet. There are varied issues, as we all know, which have been dealt, right from climate change to education to mental health, social well being, violence against children, to ending all kinds of discrimination, racism. Now, these real issues are taken up and voiced by young minds and the generation of today, the children from time to time, and are those which matter to their generation the most. It is a calling now for us adults too, the governments, the stakeholders, the communities, the researchers, policymakers, educators, social reformers, global welfare associations, everyone to cumulatively come together and make substantial provisions to create a better future, better world, better place to be. So we all agree to that. I'll just take to this. The international legal framework, according to the United Nations Conventions, has laid down some rights. We are all aware of it. But how far do we actually implement it every day? Every child on this planet has an entity of their own. We cannot negate that. They are all human beings, individuals with their own rights. Means to say, they are individual in nature. They all have a right to live, survive, and live in their own identity. Their recognition need to be recorded at the time of their birth because this recognition gives them a sense of being, which is very, very important right from these foundation years. They need to be given a name, they need to be given nationality, and the belonging to a family. The state of childhood, as we all know, is very special. The adolescent age, the infant age, and the age when they are really coming up, the budding years. This is a very, very protected time, and it is very, very different from adulthood. And it lasts till 18 years of age. It is a time when every child has a right to live, right to grow, right to learn each and every skill and play, develop, and flourish with all the dignity that one can in this world. So we need to understand that children are equal at all platforms and they need to be treated every time in a very fair manner. They need no unjust behavior. Why? Because they are all equal in the eyes of the being. They need to be protected as they are very, very delicate in their thinking, their psychosocial matter, their psychosocial analysis. This is very, very important. They need to be looked after. They need to be doing things in their interests all the time. And it is a responsibility which comes on the shoulders of the parents first, because that is the first family of the child. The parents are the first teachers, are the first guides. They are the facilitators that a child really learns in the ambience of the home where he feels so protected. And I believe we strongly all believe, I just understand that we need to understand that children have their own interest. They have their sense of being. If they have some point of view, they have some perspective, we need to really respect that. And this is a responsibility of the government also, the community also, the society as a whole. These rights, as we all know, are just not per se. They exist in very true terms of their meaning. They need to be looked after, and steps need to be taken practically to check on their timely implementation. Consistently, reports should be submitted that yes, by all the organizations, associations who are the welfare beings, they are taking care of this. All the members need to understand that there need to be a consistent check on this, that these rights are being implemented all around. There need to be consistent guidance which are provided by parents and communities. The parents, like I said, they are the first guides. They need to teach their child that these are your rights. You deserve these rights and you need to live with these rights peacefully and also in every manner in which you get respect in life. They need the right to survive the way they like, the way they grow and develop. So role of family and government is always very important. The child has a right to love and get the support of the family, which is very, very important and vital again. This is a basic need to be raised in a family. Why? Because a family is the first ambience where a child grows and understands that there is a sense of belongingness. They feel protected, definitely, with all the love of the siblings as well as the parents. And the responsibility of family, parents, and guardians to look after and provide them proper upbringing also comes into this. We have heard about many things that, yes, the children need to be protected from captivation, kidnapping. There are so many sources which keep telling us, the media, as well as what is going on in today's scenario and the world. Child trafficking, violence, violence of all sorts, physical violence, sexual violence, mental violence, and the drugs, the abuse, all kinds of abuse, exploitation, harmful work. Children are doing such hazardous works and activities which nobody even get to know. All those minorities, the children who are just in far flung areas and in the areas geographically which are very far from inhabitation, there are those children working in such areas which is so harmful and hazardous. The environment is so bad for them. But yes, these are very important, and these rights need to be conveyed to the children, that they need to be protected from all kinds of abuse, any kind of abuse which is happening, right from the family to the school to the classrooms to the communities to the societies, wherever the child is, even in the social environment. All these rights need to be given to them. And it becomes a responsibility of each and every one of us, the teachers, the educators, the parents, the siblings, the brothers, the sisters, everyone who's viewing, as a society as a whole, too. The children has a right to express their opinion on matters having impact on their lives. This is very, very important. The children have certain strong impact which is very harmful sometimes, and they need to tell that this is wrong what they are feeling. And then it, in their interest, we need to understand this, that yes, we need to respect their opinion, and then only the transformation will come. These dialogues from them is very, very important. We cannot negate on that. We need to respect their views, cannot brush it out that, oh, what you're saying is just like that. We just don't consider it. Many a times we see the parents, the children come up with their views, and even the parents at times, they're so busy sometimes, and they just say, no, we're just not interested. Okay, take your view. It is just so, such a lackadaisical approach on you. How can you even think of this? This is wrong. We need to tell them that, yes, these are your views. We do respect them. But yes, we can always convey them that there is another way to think about it. There's another perspective or direction to what they're thinking. Can't just brush it out completely. That really hampers. Researchers have shown that these take a toll on their mental health. Their opinion need to be taken seriously. It might feel very low for us sometimes, to actually hear even the teachers when the child is answering in the classroom. Like, I have an experience of more than a decade, and I've been a teacher. I've interacted with all ages of children, and felt it that somewhere we really need to listen and adhere to their needs, listen to their opinion. It might sound sometimes, that no, it doesn't have any meaning, but it does have a meaning to it. Only thing is, they are not able to express maybe at those times. So their opinion should be taken seriously. We don't know what they're trying to convey at times. Trying to comprehend their mindset. It is very, very important that they always stick to a positive kind of mindset. If we don't listen, if we don't adhere, if we just negate the thing that we don't want to, know about your feelings, then negativity can delve in, can seep in, which again takes a toll. A child has a right to share with others all the freedom that they learn, that they think, that they feel in all kinds of modes, maybe written, verbal, speaking out, talking, drawing, painting, writing, or in any other way. Like, I've been an educator. Once I was just substituting in a classroom, and I happened to pass through the children's rows where they were sitting. One of the child was, I just told them, okay, fine, liberally, this is my substitute period, you can just do what you want. So one of the child started scribbling and doing some drawing, and I asked, I said, okay, what are you doing, dear child? The child was quite numb to answer me, and then started scribbling on a drawing. I looked into the drawing and I just gave a smile so that he becomes comfortable with me. And I saw the drawing. It was very, very surprising to me. The drawing had a person having a stick in the hand and a child doing a homework. I asked him, I said, who's this child? The child said, this is me, ma'am. So I said, who is this? He says, he's my uncle. I could not do the homework yesterday properly, so I got a beating. I think this is a way that the child expressed. I kept my hand on his head and I said, no, you needn't be beaten about it. You just don't worry. You just get your problems to the maths teacher and they will solve it for you. They will make you understand how it is to be done. So I felt that day it is so important that a child need to be told that no, When a person is going to beat the child, they need to say that no, please do not do this. And even an awareness in the society is very important in the same way. The right to practice the religion they choose. They have the entire liberty to do it. Let them choose the religion they want to. Let them pray the God they wish to. Let them use their language liberally, wherever, in whichever language they're free to talk about themselves. They need to live their culture irrespective of being a minority group. They can have all the rights to pursue whatever they wish to do, the culture they wish to follow. And even if the country is not following that culture, maybe they are a small group, but they should be given the independence to do it. They have a free will to join groups, associations, organizations, actively participate in all the cultural activities also. A child has a right to privacy. A right has The child is as individualistic as an adult is. So I believe that he or she should be given the right to privacy, and the respect to privacy need to be given. The right to information from varied resources like internet, radio, television, newspapers, books should be imparted to them. The government should put a tab, and it is a responsibility to check and encourage that the media provides resourceful information to these children, which benefits them, provide them secondary skill sets, and is beneficial in their growing foundational evolving years. So it's a big role out there. We need to ensure the rights of the children. Furthermore, without families, there are the children without families. They need support, they need guidance. The adopted children are the ones who are really susceptible, and refugees especially. So these all children have their rights, though they are coming without their families. They might not be having parents, they are adopted, they are refugees, they are migrants, but all have the right to live, to survive. The constant feedback of the welfare needs to be taken, like I said, from the associations as well as the welfare organizer members, everyone. And disabled children, coming to the disabled children, the rights of the children with disabilities, they should not be treated as members of charity. We should not be doing it. They are individual of their own self, and they need to participate actively in every sense, in every word in the community as they feel. We have the role to make them independent as any other individual and not treat them as disabled. So we need to facilitate them to so that they can participate in all the activities like other children and become the member of society and enjoy the equal status. The provisions for healthcare, clean drinking water, food, shelter, sanitation, a good environment to live, social economic health from all walks of life is equally important and is a right of the child. The right to education, especially which is free at the primary level, secondary education should also be provided, and it is also anticipated to be important. Then again, the learning of the skills is very important. It's the right of the child so that the child can survive later on and become independent. So the role of the government again here is that it should enable the child to seek highest level education that is possible in their interest, in their aptitude. It is very, very important that their capabilities are looked into this. The education must target the overall personality of the child, that the child is able to flourish properly with all the capabilities and talents he is having, not what others. Every child is not the same, and the child should be able to build tolerance towards all communities, cultures, and religions, which is very vital. Children are there. We all know that the war goes on. There are so many wars in the past and even the ongoing wars. Children are very, very susceptible to all this. And especially during war, they just don't know where to go, what to do. They are the ones who suffer like anything. Maybe the parents are not there anymore. So protection during war is very, very important, especially even if they are moving from one country to another. And those children who are being detained, who have broken some law, who have done some crime, one cannot be cruel to them. A kind of an understanding is very, very important towards them. That fine, they must have broken some laws, but at the end of the day, they are individual, and how going to prison can be the last option for them.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am, but we are thoroughly enjoying the insights you are providing, but there are a lot of participants who are waiting for their presentations. So you
Okay,
please,
I'll just wind it up. I'll just wind
okay.
it up.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So we all know that the government across the globe is making a lot of changes in laws, policies, and investments. But despite this progress, I'm just coming up to this, the convention is still not fully implemented or widely known. Why? Because the lack of awareness is there. Major threats to children are there because of environmental change, prolonged conflicts between nations, and mass migration. So this is completely changing and devastating their childhood. We need to look into that. The hope and vision commitment of world leaders has led to this convention, and the role of today's generation, especially why we are gathered here today, is to stipulate the world leaders, governments, business partners, stakeholders to seize and to check that this violence should not take place. The child rights violence now and once and for all should not take place. So each one of us cumulatively must commit to action to make sure that every child has every right. We need to promote every child's every right here, like government, companies, knowledge of UNICEF mandates should be provided to each and everyone, maybe in schools, colleges, everywhere that we can as educators. And our actions speak louder than mere words. We have so many innovations. Once we have dialogues, we can have innovations. What are the problems of the disabled children, for example? How we can make them independent? Such innovations have taken place, and we can start right from the start. Wherever we find the problems, we can share a dialogue, and then the innovations can take place. I think there's a simple step. So, combating the challenges, I can say that we need to discover their issues, talk to them, collect the information with a lot of optimism, and then create solutions for them, innovations for them. And we need to do it together. So, how do? We do it more, we do it often, we protect, and we do it more faster. So, this is how we bring the change in all this. So, we envisage a future world. It's efforts of all the teachers, educators, which is most important, creating awareness in children through lessons and activities also. So, all child rights are realized, and a sustainable future is thereby secured. I would like to thank every one of you for hearing me out today. I'm very, very grateful to each and every one of you present over here. Let's make an endeavor together towards the protection of every child's every right. Every child has every right. Thank you so much.
Dr. Tina Bhatti, I don't know from where to start and where to end and how to encompass the whole horizon that you wanted to tell us, share with us. And I could feel a lot of conviction that was coming from your end. I could connect more. Being in this line for almost 3 decades, Dr. Tina, and truly you are an educationist, you are a trainer. I could just feel every bit of it when you were talking about children in the fair manner. They are equal being, they are fragile. Totally with you all the time. I think everyone will have a thumbs up on this. So
Thank you,
when
ma'am.
we I am still to complete myself, and probably you'll have a load of thank yous lined up in the meantime. But then we are here to thank you for sparing out your time and telling us about the adopted children, the refugee children, the migrant children, because your crux comes as often and more rights to the children. If I'm missing out on anything, all apologies. But you even brought in the present scenario of war. Yes, war between two countries, two nations. We are looking at the child. And yes, I am with you in this endeavor when we say that we shall do all to make our children self dependent. With you, Dr. Tina, and all the best. Thank you so very much. Over to you, Dr. Dilpreet.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
ma'am.
so
Thank you.
much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you, Tina ma'am. Thank you, Sonia ma'am. So now, without wasting much time, I'll quickly start our preliminary session and invite the first guest lecturer of today. The first guest lecturer and research presentation is by Dr. Ajay Krishan Tiwari, Senior Lecturer in CTE, IASC GVM, deemed to be university, and his topic of presentation is basic needs of children and their practical application in child protection. We welcome you, sir.
Okay, madam. Good evening.
Good evening,
I am
sir.
Dr. Ajay Tiwari, and now I am start my research article, Basic Needs of Children and Their Practical Application Child Protection. And that is my abstract. In the present, in the presented research paper, and an attempt has been made to determined and clarified which is necessary for the child. The notion of the basic needs of the child refers to the essential questions of what constitutes complete dependence on his environment, the satisfaction of the need necessary for his survival. This mostly requires the cooperation of parents. From a development perspective, the challenge of meeting the need of the young child is the various dimensions of development: motor, neurological, emotional, and affective, etc. It is provide him with the care without which he cannot grow, learn, and flourish. A consistent environment response, especially parental feedback, contributes to the child's development. From the parents having a positive attitude towards the child. Observing his or her temperament of physical patterns to adjusting their behavior according to the child's specific needs. Behavior should be adopted so that it can develop its qualities. This expression is more polymotic, which can be understood in terms of both the child's needs, relations needs, the main issue being to protect it, to provide security. The basic sense of belonging is the basis of any development dynamics have 7 dimensions essential for the children's development: health and development, emotions, thoughts, communication, and behavior, identify and self-esteem, autonomy, autonomy, family and social relationships, learning, play, and education, as well as a warm and stable family of belonging require social relationships to enable their emotional, behavior, and cognitive development. And these are my keywords: basic needs, children, practical application, children protection, emotional and affective cognitive development. Thank you so much. Thank you to ICERT. Thank you very much.
Sonia ma'am, would you like to conclude it? Thank you so much, Ajay sir. It was a very practical application that you provided regarding child protection and covered a very comprehensive list of all the needs that a children is having these days. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. Now I would like to
Thank
move
you,
to our
ma'am.
next presenter, that is Professor K. Vishishtra, Vice Principal, Sri Lakshmi Narayan College of Nursing, Puducherry, and he will present on child development and learning. We welcome you, sir.
Okay, shall I share the screen, ma'am?
Yes, welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. The screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, yes,
Please
ma'am, it is.
go ahead.
A very good evening to one and all. Today, today I'm going to present about the normal child development and learning. So, as when we are talking about the childhood period, we'll be very happy. So, based on that, the quote is the most special phase of everyone's life is the childhood because that is purest and the happiest time of the life. Then, when you're seeing that the introductions, child development means it includes all the abilities. That means healthcare needs from basic to the complex one. In the sense, social, emotional, and education needs are also to be included. So, to attain this normal development, we have the parents and the environment has to provide a safe and loving home, and people has to spend time with the child in the sense of playing, singing, reading, and talking. So it is very important for the child to have the normal development. So the parents also engage in the child activities in order to have a good development, in order to have their good stability to a normal child life. Thereby, good healthy development the child will be attaining. So the development in the sense in case of children is a series of steps, the process through which the human beings typically grow and mature in the sense of biological and as well as psychological to be included from the infancy through the adulthood. So when we are talking about the child development, it has been categorized in the different periods of the development, starting from the prenatal to the adolescence. In the age wise, if I'm telling in the short ways, prenatal period means from the time of conception to the birth, that means from the time of mother's pregnant. Infancy and the toddlerhood birth to 2 years, early childhood 2 to 6 years old, middle childhood 6 to 12 years old, adolescence means 12 to 19 years of old. So in these periods of development, the UNICEF has given a report that over 43% of the children under age of 5 are at risk of not fulfilling their full development potential. So we have to give a special care in this stage. So we have to discuss why early childhood education is important. So infancy and early childhood is a period where the most of the brain development will be takes place. Then 0 to 6 years means they develop the necessary skills for physical, cognitive, and social development. So early education is very important and playing a crucial role during this developmental period. So the parents, they have to start the early childhood education in the home itself and makes a positive impact and gives the child a start towards a bright future. So the need for the child development in the sense of social, cognitive, emotional, and educational development of the children. So the earliest possible detection, early intervention treatment is very essential. So in the early period itself, we have to find it out. Any other changes, abnormal development is there, means immediately we have to take some measures to save the child the health. So in the areas of the early childhood development, it has been categorized into 2 areas, that is in primary areas and specific areas. So in the primary area, in the sense, first and foremost is the communication, language, cognitive, and physical development, personal, social, and emotional development will be coming under this area. Then specific area in the sense, literacy, mathematical, like basic formulations, adding, counting, subtractions will be coming starting from the childhood period itself. Then understanding the world, expressive arts and the design. These are the areas of the normal early childhood development will be takes place. So in case of the skills, if you're speaking about child development skills, so cognitions, social interactions, emotional regulation, speech and language, physical skills, sensory awareness. So the prime and specific areas fully, it has been combined and it has been combined in the aspect of the skills. Cognition in the sense, ability to learn and the problem solving, develop, improve the skills in counting, mathematical understanding, and using the numbers, calculating the symbol additions and subtractions problems. Social interactions and emotional regulation, in the sense, interacting with the society, with the peoples, and mastering the self-controls in the environment. Speech and the language. So starting from the symbol language and learning to use a complex language, reading and communicating. Physical skills, fine motor, that means finger skills, grass motor, whole body skills. Sensory awareness is also very essential. The registration of sensory information for use, the process by which the children respond or attend sensory input in their development. So when you're speaking about when you're considering child as a whole, means a child has to meet all this development like a physical development, grass motor and fine motor. The next area is the social, emotional, interactions, cooperation, self-confidence, sense of community, sensory in the sense, or the 5 senses development, cognitive means problem solving, abstract thinking, communication in the sense expressive, receptive, and pragmatic language. All these things the child has to attain. For this, parental guidelines is very important. So the teaching emotional development is playing a major role. So it has been coming under the 5 skills area. That is in social awareness, relationship skills, responsible decision making, self-awareness, and self-management. So all these areas the child has to attain consistently. So teaching emotional development in the sense we have to teach how the child has to be guided emotionally. That is sometimes it is very struggle to control the child emotionally. So we have to start the emotional development early by itself. Then if not noticed, if any other abnormalities means the child emotions will result incredibly difficult to focus on the school and make friends and work on it. So a delay in reaching a language, thinking, social or motor skill milestone is called the developmental delay. So in that period, the parents and the neighbor healthcare people has to identify in its early stage that has to be rectified as early as possible. So how this problem is causing? That means hereditary by means of familial, then pregnancy complications or premature birth during the pregnancy conditions from the mother. Sometimes the cause is sometimes not known. Then early childhood in the sense, what are the advantages are there? So it is a delicate pace that constructs the whole lifestyles of the childhood. It helps to prepare them for a school life, then it boosts academic achievement, develops a good hygiene habits, thereby the communicable disease can be prevented, and teaches them the social skills, how to behave in the society can also be taught. The child also getting the knowledge, then it teaches them the responsibility, keeps them physically active, teaches them a good eating habits, develop their mental capabilities, teaches them important values, thereby they can make your friends and they can mingle in the society. So early childhood education, understanding the world is made up of this aspect. So people and communities, world, technology, expressive art and designs. It involves enabling the children to explore and play with a wide range of media and material. So we have to provide the opportunities and encouragement for sharing the thoughts, ideas, and feelings through a variety of activities in art, music, movement, dance, role play, design, and technology. So if the child is trying to communicate anything, first we have to allow the children to speak what they are going to express their views. School age
Sorry to
development,
interrupt
that
you,
is
ma'am.
expected.
Sorry to interrupt you, but please wind up.
Okay, madam. The school age development. So here also there are list of factors for the school age development to be healthy. The basic needs has to be met. That is, parenting tip is very essential to meet the basic needs of the children. Then how we can support the healthy child development in the sense we have to provide a good health, providing a good adequate nutrition, responsive caregiving, then security and safety is playing a major role, opportunities for the child to do the early learning. So in this conclusions, the one thing I want to say, this ICR is awarding Dr. ABJ Abdul Kalam Award. I'm very thankful to the ICRT team members because ABJ Abdul Kalam is a role model of the students. Always he was very happy spending time with the students, and his last breath also stopped in IM in Shillong. Okay, so the ICRT is also providing excellent award in this UN Children's Day. Very thankful to the team. Then conclude the topic. The children's need attention, support, and love more than a gift buy for them. We should know how children are special to parents and for the society. Good early child development is very essential decision to invest significantly to a very young children, beginning with the age of 4 and 5 years old. It reflects the commitment to provide a better life for all the beginning before the children to enter the school. So strong knowledge based on the child development is a very vital for the entire society to have a healthy and knowledgeable young children. Thanks for the entire team of the ICRT member. Once again, thanks to one and all.
Thank you so much, Professor K. Uh, could we have everyone on mute, please? Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor K. Visitra, Vice Principal at Sri Lakshmi Narayana College of Nursing in Puducherry. So I think the topic, since you are from that line of nursing and picking up the child development and learning, and you're talking about all the phases and domains about the development, I was really touched when you were talking about the skills and the abilities, whether it is numeracy, whether it's literacy, interpersonal, emotional. And I know you went on and on a lot about being referring and addressing to the emotional needs of the child. Yes, we also, as an educationist, see a lot of struggles when it comes to the expression of their ideas, thoughts, speech, and it is a never-ending process. Thank you so much, Professor K. Vishitra. Very insightful presentation. Over to you, Dr. Dilpreet Kaur.
Thank you so
ऐसा
much, ma'am.
तेल मारोगे तो
Ma'am, you
पेट्रोल
can
का
please
हो रहा
stop sharing your screen.
है अब बंद कर दोगे तो बंद हो जाएगा ये
Ma'am,
बटन
please
भी डाल
stop
दो
sharing your screen
उड़
and
गया
all
उड़
the
गया
participants
है
are
क्या
requested to
काम
mute
नहीं कर
your
रहा
mics.
काम करता है
Please,
रहने दो
everyone mute your mics.
हाँ, ये
Sandeep
काम तो
sir,
कर रहे
please mute his mic. Sandeep Patil, sir, please mute your mic. Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce our next participant, the guest lecturer of today, Dr. Anita Goswami, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Applied Sciences and Humanities, COER University, Roorkee, Uttarakhand. She will present on the topic Racial Discrimination and Oppression in the Works of Zitkala. Sir, Memories of Childhood. We welcome you, ma'am. I would like to say that all participants are requested to wind up their presentations in 7 to 8 minutes as we are already running short of time. We welcome Anita Goswami, ma'am. Are you
Dr.
there,
Anita,
ma'am?
are you with us?
Yes, am I audible and visible?
Totally audible, but we are yet to see you on the screen. In case you are presenting, we are not able to see your screen as yet.
Yeah, problem starting.
No, no worries. Take your time. It's fine.
Okay, I'm video. Can I explain in brief my presentation?
Are you doing it through a PowerPoint presentation, Dr. Anita?
Yeah, of course, I have prepared. I am trying to connect PowerPoint presentation, but I think that there is a network problem and something technical issues.
Would you like to log out and log in again and probably come after the next speaker? Is it fine with you, Dr. Anita?
Okay. Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much.
More than welcome. Take your time. Dr. Dilpreet, can we have the next speaker and then we call upon Dr. Anita Goswami?
Yes, sure, ma'am. I'll quickly introduce our next speaker of the day. The research presentation is by Dr. Pramod Gupta, Professor, Department of Management, MITRC Alwar. He will be presenting on child education and child development in Indian rural area scenario. We welcome you, sir. Pramod, sir. I again request everyone to mute their mics as it is causing lot of disturbance. We welcome you, Pramod Gupta, sir. Are you there? Pramod, sir.
Hello.
Dr. Gupta, are you available there?
Hello.
Dr. Pramod Gupta, am I audible?
Yeah. Hello.
Dr. Pramod Gupta, am I audible?
So I think I can see our next presenter, Sur Mohammed sir. So I'm going to quickly introduce. We will take Pramod sir later. The next presentation is by Mr. Sur Mohammed sir, Assistant Lecturer, Department of Educational Foundations, Faculty of Education, Federal University, Gasua, Zamfara State. He will be presenting on right of child education in Nigeria, problems and possible solutions. Yes, Sur Mohammed sir, you're welcome to the board. Start your presentation.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good
Good
afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Soleh Muhammad. My topic is right of child education in Nigeria, problem and possible solutions. This paper is trying to examine the right of child education in Nigeria, problem and possible solution. The paper discussed the concept of child, human rights, and legal rights to education. First of all, child education is recognized as a key to economic development and the enjoyment of any other human rights. Education provides a means through which all people can become aware of their rights and responsibilities, which is an essential tool for achieving the goal of equality and peace. Despite its universal recognition as a fundamental human right, the realization of right of education remain a right to all other human beings in the developing countries like Nigeria. So let us look at the concept of child. According to United Nations Convention on the Right of Child, define a child as every human being belong to age of 18 years or below of 18 years. Similarly, the Nigerian Child Right Act defines child as a person who has attained the age of 18 and below. Child rights are the right that all children have with regard to survival, development, protection, and participation. Human rights. Human rights are moral principles or norms for certain standard of human behavior are regularly protected and the municipal and international law. Human rights are neither new ideologies nor new phenomena. They are rights to which every human being is entitled by virtue of his or her humanity. Rights, human rights are therefore not restricted to any particular brand of rights, but an amalgamation of pieces which captures both civil and political rights. On the other hand, and social, economic, and cultural rights. So human rights comprise all the rights that are equal, and the right to freedom, right to speech, right to education, right to vote and be voted, etc. Then let us look at the legal right to education. Education is the development of physical, mental, and religious power. And without which there will be ignorance, illiteracy, and the manifold of problems of the government solve. So education is very crucial for any government or societal development. Hence, the future of any country depends on the level of education. So the implementation of human rights education is a fundamental to economic, social, civil, political development of a nation. The right to education is imposed legal responsibilities of government on decision on education for its citizens. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights 1947 provides the right for education for every human being, including children. They highlight an act of 26 that elementary education must be compulsory. So in Nigeria, the government must guide its policy to guarantee the availability of free, fair, and equitable education at all levels while seeking to eliminate illiteracy. So there are some challenges that we are facing in child education in Nigeria. Number one, lack of sufficient finance. That is curriculum. Education curriculum will not be implemented regularly.
Dr.
Mohammed sir?
Suleiman, we lost you. Are you there? Is he there in the participant list or he's dropped out? Dr. Dilpreet, could you please check it for me?
Yes, ma'am, I'm going to check.
Thank you.
Ma'am, he's not there. I think he has lost the connection.
Probably he's logged out. Yes. We'll wait for a moment. Let's see if he can join back.
Yes, ma'am.
Do we have Dr. Anita Goswami ready with us? After this, we would like to take up Dr. Anita Goswami's with the presentation. If we could have a yes, if I'm audible and visible to Dr. Anita Goswami. All right.
Madam, will you share the presentation to all participants?
Dr. Anita Goswami is there. I can see her.
Okay, then, ma'am, we'll start with the next presenter. When we will get in touch with Sul Mohammed sir, we can take him again. So the presentation is by Dr. Anita Goswami, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Applied Sciences and Humanities, COER Humanity University, Roorkee. She will be presenting on racial discrimination and oppression in the worlds of Zitkala, memories of childhood. We welcome you, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible and visible as well.
Okay, thank you so much, and thanks a lot to give me time and to consider my presence. And I'm not going to speak much because I'm not well prepared, and just I have reached from the university. So now my topic is racial discrimination and oppression in the works of Chitkala Shah. Screen is visible, ma'am?
If you are sharing, not yet, but we can see you live.
Screen.
You are visible and audible, but your screen is not yet visible on the screen.
You can continue, ma'am. You can continue like this. If it is not possible to share screen. Anita, ma'am, am I audible to you? Dr. Anita Goswami, ma'am, am I audible?
I think she is having some issues. Oh,
She has
wonderful.
started.
She's sharing.
Problem
We can see that you are sharing your screen, Dr. Anita.
I would like to request all the participants to please summarize your work in 5 to 7 minutes as we are already running short of time.
Okay, now primarily my work is based on racial discrimination, and uh, in this paper, our guest
Dr. Anita,
I have
Dr. Anita,
presented
1 minute. Am I audible and visible to you? Your connection does not seem to be stable. Would you like to log out and log in again because your audio quality is poor?
now. Of course, I'm also getting the same problem. Is I can't. So
Ma'am, you are
Dr.
not audible.
Dr.
Anita,
Anita,
ma'am, you
your
are not
audio
audible.
quality is not so great. Do you mind logging out and logging in? Dr. Dilpreet, we'll move on to the next person. Every minute is very
I
important.
am. Yes, definitely, ma'am. I would like to give my last call to Dr. Pramod Gupta, sir, because otherwise he will be marked absent and his presentation will not be counted in today's seminar. So, Dr. Pramod Gupta, sir, are you there? Professor, Department of Management. Dr. Pramod Gupta, sir, are you present with us today?
Let's see if he's attending, or else we'll move to the next key speaker. Dr. Pramod Gupta, could you please
But
connect
I
with
can't
us?
find him. I can't find him in the participant list as well.
Uh,
So, my
Dr.
last call
Dilpreet,
to,
Dr.
yes,
Dilpreet,
ma'am.
we'll call upon Dr. Sule Mohammed if he wants to wind up
Complete.
the last maybe 20, 30 seconds or 1 minute we can give him because I think he was just logged out. Dr. Sule Mohammed, are you with us? Okay.
Okay. So we will
Doc-
move to our next presenter. That is Dr. Seema Agnihotri, Associate Professor, Amity Institute of Education, Amity University, Uttar Pradesh. She will be presenting on appraisal of policies and constitutional provisions of early childhood care and education in India. How much is yet to be covered? We welcome you, ma'am. Seema, ma'am. You're welcome to the board. Dr. Seema Agnihotri, ma'am. Are you there, ma'am? Dr. Seema Agnihotri, Associate Professor, Amity Institute of Education. Are you there with us?
Dr.
So I'll
Dilpreet, we
again
can.
give a, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'll be moving to next presenter. I'll be again giving a second call to Seema, ma'am. So my next presenter is Miss A. Mariamma Angel, teacher, Nimala Senior Secondary School, Port Blair, on navigating the digital playground, safeguarding the digital rights of children. We welcome you, ma'am. Miss Mariamma Angel, ma'am. Are you there, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Oh, wonderful. How heartening. Please, over to you, Miss Angel.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Just a moment.
Sure, ma'am.
Is my screen visible?
Not yet.
Not
We are waiting for you to share your screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Miss Angel, I hope you have a steady internet connection with you.
Yeah, connection is fine, ma'am, from my end. I'm hoping
Oh,
if I'm
wonderful.
able to
Yes,
do it.
your screen is very much there. Wonderful.
Yeah. Is it visible now?
Totally, yes.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So
visible. It's visible.
the topic of my presentation is navigating the digital playground, safeguarding the digital rights of children. So we all are aware of the fact that in today's technology-driven world, navigating the digital playground and safeguarding the digital rights of the children is very much crucial. As children are increasingly engaging with the digital platforms and technology, it becomes essential to ensure their safety, privacy, and overall well-being. So here are some of the key considerations and strategies for safeguarding the digital rights of the children that I'll be focusing on. So it begins with majorly the understanding the digital rights, wherein, um, okay, so it begins with the privacy protection, control personal information, and safeguard from unauthorized access. Second one is freedom from cyberbullying, wherein we are focusing on the fact that how the children are supposed to be free from the digital abuse, not just children, all the adults and all the people, those who are coming in confrontation with the digital world, they are supposed to be free from the digital abuse. Apart from that, my focus is also on access to quality information, which is age appropriate and according to their age and providing the enriching content. Then it's also about digital literacy education, which is also a major point of focus, wherein we have to navigate the digital landscape responsibly. And the last 2 points are safeguarding online spaces wherein the protection from harmful content and interaction is provided, and identity protection wherein prevention is provided from the misuse for malicious purpose. So this was the key points that I'll be looking on. While talking about understanding the digital rights, we have to look at how much exposure is provided for the children to be involved in this digital space. While looking from that particular perspective, we all are aware of the fact that children are very much prone to use computers, mobile phones, and all such acts, wherein they're not aware of the dangers or the harms that could be caused to them unconsciously, unwillingly, even uh, without their own willingness. So there are some key points that I have looked on, like how the evolving landscape of children's online activities are affecting their growth, like the early digital exposure. Since the childhood itself, now it's been a kind of a trend that since the childhood itself, they have been given the exposure of mobile phones through which they are interacting with the world, the digital world. Second one is the social media influence, which is creating an online trends and viral content, which is also creating an impact and shaping their preferences and behaviors. In a way, it is also trying to modify their entire personality. Third one is virtual reality and the augmented reality, which is also a crucial point which expands the scope of online activities, which enables global interactions and collaborations of the students. While looking at these three things, I have also looked through the statistics of digital risk which is being faced by the children. So mm, uh, there are few statistics which showcases the dangers that is being faced by the children in today's world, like the crime against children. Research Center has surveyed that 1 in 25 youths receives online sexual assault. Apart from that, there are also cyberbullying. Research Center reports that says around 37% of the young people between the ages of 12 and 17 have experienced cyberbullying in their lifetime. So, according to a survey by the Crimes Against Children Research Center, as I mentioned earlier, about 1 in 25 youths received an online sexual solicitation where the solicitor tried to make offline contact, which is very, very much hazardous. So, now moving on to the parental guidance and involvement, how the role of parents in guiding and supervising children's online activities has been crucial for the growth and development of the child from the beginning. So, while talking about that, um, I want to make a note of the digital literacy education, which has to be provided by the parents to the children about the digital literacy to help them understand the potential risk and the benefits of online activities. And they could also clearly establish rules and boundaries regarding the screen time and access to webs and apps, applications and softwares. Also, they could have an encouraging hand over them, wherein they could have an open and honest communication with their children about their day-to-day activities with the webs and apps, whatever they are using it. Apart from that, parents should also demonstrate a positive online behavior, such as respecting others' privacy, so that children could also imitate those things from their parents. So, being conscious about sharing personal information and using technology responsibly sets as valuable example for children to follow. Um, while it's important to supervise children's online activities, parents should also allow them a degree of independence wherein they gain courage and confidence to do it single-handedly. Apart from that, the other topic that I have looked for is the effective communication strategies between parents and children, which could provide an upper hand over all the things that has been discussed so far. The first one is active listening, being approachable towards their children, sharing their own experiences, life instances to the children so that they could avoid such mistakes. Avoid lecturing. Lecturing is something that no one likes, so avoid lecturing and giving a constructive feedback on whatever the child is doing. So these are the effective communication strategies that as a parent, we could have imbibe in our own lives. The last one is about technological safeguards, wherein I have looked at how the advancement in technology could be used for
for
enhancing
enhancing
online
online
safety.
safety.
So these
So
are
these are
AI-powered
AI-powered
content
content,
filtering, machine
machine
learning,
learning,
digital analytics,
analytics,
biometric
biometric
authentication,
authentication,
blockchain
blockchain
technology,
technology,
multi-factor
multi-factor
authentication,
authentication,
and so
and
on,
so
which
on,
have been
which have been
provided in
provided in
this.
Sorry to
Sorry
interrupt
to
you, ma'am.
interrupt you, ma'am.
Really sorry to
Really sorry
interrupt
to
you,
interrupt you,
but your
but
voice
your
is
voice
weak.
is weak.
You
You
can mute
can mute
yourself with your
yourself with your
second
second
device
device.
because I
Because
think
I
two
think
devices
two
are
devices
problem.
are problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it fine now, Maya?
Yes, ma'am, it is fine.
Okay.
You can
So,
conclude your presentation in next 1 to 2 minutes.
yeah. I'm about to wind up. This is the last slide that I have. So,
Okay, ma'am.
regarding the future outlooks that I have
I have
towards this topic is that regarding addressing these challenges and embracing future development that requires collaborative efforts from parents, educators, tech companies, and the policymakers. These are the people or community members, those who are responsible for the safeguard of an safeguard and providing a safer digital environment for children. And that's with this, I want to conclude my paper presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sonia, ma'am, would you like to conclude it? Sonia, ma'am, are you there?
Hello?
Sonia, ma'am, are you there, ma'am?
Yes, I was logged out. Thank you so much, Dr. Dilpreet. Uh, Miss Mariama Angel, it was absolutely heartening to hear you when it comes to the digital world, where talking from deep fake video to cyberbullying to cybercrime, I think one of us, most of us, may have been a targeted audience. And definitely when it comes to children, we cannot ignore the fact that they are highly fragile and they need adult supervision and a lot of soft corners so that they can speak, express, and we need to be very, very great, big time active listeners. It was absolutely heartening to see that when we understand digital rights, when we talk about safeguarding personal info, it's not just adults, it's children where they become really vulnerable. Thank you so much, Miss Mariama Angel, for your insights into today's key points. Over to you, Dr. Dilpreet.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I would like to give my second call to Dr. Anita Goswami, Assistant Professor, Department of English, because due to poor network, we were not able to get the insights she was providing. So, Dr. Anita Goswami, are you there? Are you ready for the presentation now? Dr. Anita Goswami, my second call to you. Because after 3 calls, I will mark the candidate absent. Dr. Anita Goswami, this is my second call to you. Then Dr. Pramod Gupta,
nǹkan tún wà
this is my third
níbi
call
tó
to
mi
you.
mọ nǹkan wà mo tún ní icon kan lọ́dọ̀ mi jẹ́
Everyone,
pé
please
tẹ bá
mute
fẹ́
your
kọ́
mic.
ti tí wọ́n kọ ẹni pẹ́ńsù ló wà
Everyone,
bíbá
please
kọ́ ti
mute your
láti
mic.
lè ṣe
It
pé
is
kí mo lè
causing a
kọ́
lot
sí
of
so pẹ́ńsù
disturbance.
yẹn láti kílìkẹ́ yóò gbé mi lọ sórí láì ẹ fàlà yóò.
Please mute your mic, sir. Thank you. My third and final call to Dr. Pramod Gupta, sir, Professor, Department of Management. Are you there, sir? This is my final call to you. Okay. Mr. Sool Mohammed, sir, would you like to conclude your topic in 1 minute? Because your conclusion was not able to be
Yes,
there.
yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Mr. Sool Mohammed, sir, please conclude it in 1 minute.
Ma'am. Yes. Let us look at the challenges for child right education in Nigeria. Number one, we have lack of finance. That is lack of sufficient finance. Government do not give more contribution to child education, especially those living in villages or living in rural area. Secondly, we have lack of trained and well-informed teachers. When teachers and the facilitators of the curriculum do not have the required skill to teach correctly in accordance with the growing technology, then the student cannot learn. That is, child cannot learn. This problem can militate against the child education in Nigeria. Thirdly, we have difficulty in selecting appropriate teaching method. The occasion of changes needed in the area of teaching methodology to child right education are a bane to the effective utilization of teaching method in Nigeria, largely due to poor educational funding, which equally bring insufficient supplies of teaching hardware to school, such as methodology and excursion and the camping participatory instruction are becoming highly difficult to utilize in our areas. So despite the fact that lack of using appropriate teaching method to teach the children in Nigeria is another case or another problem which militate against the child right education in Nigeria. Fourthly, inadequate instructional resources. This is a shortage of instructional material which are supposed to use the child. So instructional material can be used in enhancing child education in Nigeria. So we don't have enough or adequate instructional material which is supposed to be used in teaching and learning process, especially in children in Nigerian society. Then fourthly, a challenge of national integration. This is another problem, which is a problem of ethnicity in Nigeria, which can affect the children right education. This problem can deny the children to attend and get basic education knowledge, which is required for each and every children in Nigeria to obtain. Then lastly, insecurity problem is another problem which militates against the problem of child right education in Nigeria, especially children living in camp or those who are living in war zone area. So the education of children living in war zone area in Nigeria are affected, and the children education is also denied as a result of warfare and the insecurity challenges in the rural area in Nigerian society. Then solution to this problem, the laws and legislation are essentially necessary to check and balance on Nigerian government to see how the children educational right are implementing in accordance with the need and the interests of the children and the parents in Nigerian society. International legal instrument, they are to take an emergence and they bring the solution to this problem by providing the fund, providing adequate fund to help and support children education in Nigeria, which is very, very important. Then secondly, to recruit the well-trained teachers and also to provide good instructional material which will be used in teaching children in Nigeria. Then lastly, to provide the security measure for those children living in war zone area, and also, if possible, to provide mobile teachers, or those who will go to camp and teach the children living in that particular area. Then conclusion, the paper concludes that education should be directed to full development of human personality and strengthen the respect of human right and the fundamental freedom. It should promote understanding.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir, but please wind up.
Hello? Yes.
Please wind up.
The recognition of child right education. Hello? Hello.
Yes, sir. Please wind up.
Recognition of children's right to education as a human right has been well articulated in several international, regional, and the right to education. Then the right to education also has been enshrined into laws and expressed as part of immediate obligations that every member of country in the world community should formally enforce and implement the given
Please mute
instrument
your mics.
several
Thank you.
assistance agencies. Hello.
Hello.
Then, hello. Recommendation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please wind up in
Hello.
30 seconds.
Recommendation. Hello. Then recommendation. The following recommendations are made to uphold and unify it. Number one, government should make primary education compulsory and available free to all children in Nigeria. Secondly, education stakeholders should take appropriate measures such as introduction of free education and offering financial assistance in the case of need. Thirdly, government should promote and encourage international cooperation in matters relating to education, in particular with a view to contributing to elimination of ignorance and illiteracy among the children in Nigeria. Lastly, fourthly, provide adequate instructional material and the fund to support children education and right education in Nigeria. Then lastly, government and related agencies, that is governmental organization and the non-governmental organization, should provide appropriate instructional material, textbooks, instructional materials such as textbook, audiovisual materials, and the fund to support children education in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Sule Muhammad. So, when we get perspectives across the ocean from Nigeria and we talk about human behavior, humanity, and rights, as Dr. Sule Muhammad said, is amalgamation of social, political, and economic issues. It's not just Nigeria, Dr. Sule Muhammad, it's everywhere, persistent, everywhere, in every part of globe. So when we are talking about elementary education in Nigeria, definitely finances and curriculum need to be revived, and I am with you on this note. Religious and mental power is possible when we are educated. Totally with you for highlighting beautiful points when it comes to right of child education in Nigeria and problems and possible solutions. Thank you so much, Dr. Sule Mohammed, for your insights. Over to you, Dr. Dilpreet.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to give my second call to
Thank
Dr.
you.
Seema Agnihotri, Associate Professor, Amity Institute of Education. Ma'am, are you there? Dr. Seema Agnihotri, ma'am, are you with us? I can't see her on the participant list as well, so I'll move to the next presenter, Dr. Sirividya Muthuvel, the trained graduate teacher, Mansuka Bhai, Kothari National School. He will be presenting on children being and becoming an asset. We welcome you, sir. Dr. Sirividya Muthuvel.
Good evening, ma'am. It's Shri Vidya Muthuvel.
Okay, good. Welcome, ma'am. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening to everyone present on the dais and to all the members of ICERT. I think I'm clearly visible and audible, ma'am. Could you
Yes,
confirm?
ma'am.
Totally. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I'm sharing my screen. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
We
Yes,
can see
ma'am.
what you are sharing. Definitely, your first slide is with us.
Okay.
Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation, ma'am. So here I am Dr. Srividya Muthuvel, and I will be presenting upon my topic, children being and becoming an asset. When we talk about children, basically they are fulfilled with all the elements when they take birth. Like, we all have universal qualities when we take birth. And putting light upon the qualities is the, responsibility of each and every individual the child meets in his or her lifetime. It's not only upon the school or the parents say, it depends upon the social environment as well. Because when we understand about the conclusion or the objectives or goals to be attained, when we all work together in an overall development manner, that leads to any nation, or I would rather say the human being as a community, to lead together, and we all together, and us, the prospectors of us, becoming, being and becoming an asset. Okay. So here we can see a child, who is immensely happy. The child is happy because the child has been given the freedom to think and express. Yeah, naturally the children are not given room to share their thoughts or express their emotions, putting their age into the factor where they are determined by their age and not their experiences, right? So, if we have to grow as a community, as a resource, as an asset, we will have to exchange our plans and communication in such a vital manner that it reignites the creativity in an emotional manner, where the child endures himself or herself to ask up the question of what and why. So the next slide shows us about the bird sitting upon its cage, where the bird is free, and when it is free, when it is allowed to explore the world by its perspective, that is how a bird becomes wise. And same applies to the human being as well. You see, the birds are free to travel from any tree to any tree, be it of the different kinds of trees. The bird has no kind of say order to follow, that you are restricted to follow these rules and you're not allowed to fly or open up your wings from a tree to a different tree. But it is very sad and to oblige this, the humans are not permitted to explore themselves when it comes to the mode of creativity. We as parents also act as barriers of not allowing our child to explore themselves in their area of interest. When we give them freedom, when we will allow them to open up their wings, if we take example of Sir Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, his father was a fisherman, but a kind human being, you see. And he gave the wings for Sir Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam to find his own way and his directions. So the rest is history. So we have to believe in our children, giving the freedom, and the wisdom will take place by itself. Next, you can see the picture, all the children are sitting together and discussing about some of the other concepts. You can, in this picture, they are discussing about, say, the planets, yeah, universally, how the world is formed. So this is one certain example I've taken. We have to allow our children to have good, healthy communication rather than indulging themselves into the social media sites or the sources that are available. We have to educate our children how to prioritize and utilize the resources that they have got in the internet for free. So we have to give freedom to our children and not cage them to just going to school and to tuitions. So prioritizing freedom is a must. So in this picture we can see children are happy getting educated because they are not only getting the knowledge, but they are you know um, very well versed of the application of the knowledge that they have gained through the books. So application of whatever we get in is the root of diversing ourselves in different dimensions to produce different results. So that is how a book can become interesting, right? A teacher can be monotonous or a teacher can be interactive. So I believe in being a facilitator, having an interactive sessions with my children, where children, love, they will have a connection with their, own books. The last slide gives us a picture about how we have to deal with children, starting from dialogues, before coming to the concepts. It's very important or very pivotal to establish connection or psychological and emotional connection with the children before delivering the concepts. Once the children develop that particular connection, the concepts, you challenge me, they are going to reach very, very, in a very easy manner to their minds. Once the concepts are clear, the children will start to reflect, they will start to think it from different parts of a point or from different areas of dimension. Then comes virtues of working together, peer discussion, valuing each other's communicative point of view and not disregarding anybody's plans. Then comes reasoning. After exchanging the ideas, why my peer has come up with this reason, why I have to accept that. And if I don't have a point to agree, what is the point of my disagreement? That has to be very, very clear. And the inquiry method. Yeah, inquiry has to be very, very formal, only for collating out the answer that the peer or the child is ready to give. So overall, I have come to the end of my session, say how collaborative approach will make us all, because we all were children a day, and we are going to learn through the end of our life, from womb to tomb. That is the word that I can preach over here. So while the child, when he is an asset, or he or she is an asset, proportionally the child will become automatically an asset, becoming, being and becoming an asset. So I thank a team ICERT for providing me this platform. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Srividya Muthuval, a trained graduate teacher at Mansukhani Bhai Kothari National School. And when Dr. Srividya is talking about children being and becoming asset, we look up to it. We look up to opening up a lot of plethora of options that they are and becoming. So it is a continuous process. And very beautifully, I don't have to use any words. I will quote unquote Dr. Sri Vidya's words, from womb to the tomb. So for all of us, it's a learning lesson. It is a continuation learning as we traverse our journey from the womb to the time that we have our eternal sleep. Nevertheless, I would like to talk about beautiful words that ma'am has been highlighting and decorating her PowerPoint presentation with: the reasoning, the inclusivity, the inquiring. I think when we set up IB schools, we are into the learner profiles. So these are the learner profiles that we are looking at becoming principled, becoming risk takers, becoming um, very well balanced, so that we can take the future and we can give the future into safe hands. Thank you so much, Dr. Srividya. It was very insightful into being and becoming the asset. Thank you so much. Over to you, Dr. Dilpreet.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Quickly, I would like to invite my next presenter of today, that is Miss Madhu, headmistress at Air Force School, Vatsar. She will be presenting on topic a study on female child abuse in India, child rights and children against child abuse. Madhu ma'am, we welcome you.
Dr. Dilpreet, Miss Madhu is there. Is she one of the participants? Could you quickly check for me?
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am, she is not there on the list.
I
So
did
I'll
see Dr. C. Narasimha Rao. Could you please introduce him? Thank you so much.
okay. I will
Hello,
be
madam. Good evening, madam.
yes.
Hello.
Oh, one minute, Dr. Rao. You are being introduced, and then you come over. Just one moment, please.
So
Over
our
to you.
next presenter of the day is Dr. C. Narasimha Rao, lecturer in zoology, Government Degree College, Midukar, YSR District, Andhra Pradesh, India. He will be presenting on child rights and legal protection in India. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Now I am presenting my PowerPoint. Madam, my screen is visual, madam.
Not yet, sir.
Not yet. Now, madam. Hello.
No,
Not
sir,
yet.
we could not see your screen.
1 minute. Okay.
So you can continue like this if you are interested.
Some technical issue, madam.
Yes, yes, sir. You can continue presenting your topic. We are hearing.
Madam, it is not presenting, madam. Now I will present my presentation, madam.
Okay, sir.
Okay, madam. Now I am presenting child rights and legal protection in India. My name is Dr. C. Narasimha Rao, lecturer in zoology, Government Degree College, Mysore, India, madam. First, I am going to present the introduction part. Child rights are the fundamental human rights of children. Children are need some special care and protection based on the idea that children are individuals with their own needs, interests, and perspectives, deserving of respect and dignity. In India, our constitution provides some protectional activities to the children. Article 14, it ensures equality before law to every individual, including children. And the Article 21 ensures right to life and personal liberty to the children. In the same way, Article 21A, it ensures every child between 6 to 14 years is entitled to free and compulsory education. And Article 20 prevents human trafficking. Article 24 protects the children with the age of 14 years from employment in hazardous factories. Article 47 ensures basic nutrition, appropriate standards of living to all the children. Constitution can discuss some principle through state. Article 39E prevents economic coercion into the unsuitable work. The state must protect children from abuse, particularly addressing child labor issues. Article 45 mandates early childhood care and education for children under the age of 6. And also there are some child protection laws in India. Indian Penal Code 1860. In section 82, there's no offense for child under 7. Section 83.
Sorry to
It
interrupt
refers
you,
to
sir, but there is
But
some
there is
echo. So
Hello.
please
Hello.
disconnect from the second device if you are logged in from two devices. Narsimha Rao, sir, please log off from one device as we can hear some echo. Dr. Sirividya Muthuval, please stop sharing your screen. And rest of the participants, please mute your mic. Dr. Narsimha Rao, sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Oilade Oluperde, sir, please mute your mic.
I've moved it now.
Please
I've
mute your
muted.
mic. Thank you. Narsimha Rao, sir, are you there?
Madam.
Yes, sir, you can continue and please wind up your presentation in 1 minute. Come to the conclusion, please.
Hello.
Oilade, sir, please mute your mic. Thank you. Narsimha, sir, please come to the conclusion, sir.
Okay, madam. Now it is audible, madam.
Yes, it is audible, sir. Please come to the conclusion.
1 minute, madam. Okay. In conclusion, India has made significant strides in recognizing and addressing child rights through a comprehensive legal framework. However, challenges persist with issues like child labor, child marriages, and various forms of abuse still prevalent. To enhance child protection, there is a need for rigorous implementation of existing laws, continuous amendments to address evolving concerns, and collective societal efforts to ensure the well-being and rights of every child. Strengthening legal measures, promoting awareness, and fostering culture and prioritize the rights of children are essential for creating a safer and more secure environment for the youngest members of the society. Thank you, madam. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much, sir. Sonia ma'am, would you like to conclude it? Sonia ma'am, are you there? In the meanwhile, I would like to give my final call to Dr. Anita. Dr. Anita, are you there? Dr. Anita Goswami, Assistant Professor, Department of English, are you there? We have lost you due to poor connection. So if you want to present, this is my final call to you. My final call to Dr. Seema. Dr. Seema Agnihotri, Associate Professor. Adimola, sir, please mute your mic. Thank you. My final call to Dr. Seema Agnihotri, Associate Professor. Are you there, ma'am? My second call to Miss Madhu, Headmistress at Air Force School. Miss Madhu, ma'am, are you there? My final call to Miss Madhu, ma'am. Would you like to present, Madhu, ma'am? So that was all with our presentation. Sonia, ma'am, please conclude the last presentation.
Yes, give me a second. Dr. Narasimha Rao, the lecturer of zoology, Government Degree College in Andhra Pradesh, India. With you on every little note that you specified here, Dr. Rao, that we talk about children need special care and protection with you when n number of keynote speakers are talking about that they are fragile, they need special care and protection, and beautifully you brought out the point of free and compulsory education from the age of 6 years to 14 years. Yes, with NEP 2020, coming in many states accepting. I think in next few years we will have better quality education, better teachers who are ready to give in their best till the last when it comes to a 40-minute lecture. And we look at future going in beautiful, safe, secure, empathetic hands. Thank you so much, Dr. Rao. Over to you, Dr. Dilpreet.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite Professor Rajinder Kumar Uppal, PhD DLIT, Professor Emeritus, MTC Global Chair Professor, Banking and Finance, is the seminar chair of today. Sir, please conclude the plenary session of today.
Okay, madam. Okay, Dilpreet. In my brief concluding remarks, I will say it is a wonderful and very useful seminar. The speakers from India and other countries presented their papers or research papers, articles from different aspects regarding children education or awareness. Wonderful open remarks of Madam Sonia, chief patron of this one-day international seminar, was given, and she also gave very good remarks and comments on all the paper presented. My heartiest congratulations, Madam Sonia, and it is the first time when I am listened to you. And second, similarly, our keynote speaker, Dr. Tina Bhatia, presented a very beautiful keynote address. Very beautiful, I will say. Dr. Dilpreet Kaur very nicely coordinated with all the paper presenters, with all the delegates. She is also very intelligent teacher and very good researcher also in Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar.
Thank you, sir.
Almost all the aspects of children education or awareness has been covered in this one-day international seminar. Different paper presenters spoke on rights of children, basic needs of the children, protection of children, child development through learning, then development of children in a rural area, very good paper. Then rights of children in Nigeria, problems and their solution, and very one good paper, digital playgrounds and rights of the children in digital age, child rights of the legal protection in India. In my opinion, almost all the aspects related to children awareness, children education has been covered by Indian speakers as well as by the foreign speakers. In my opinion, this seminar will be very, very useful at that time when the organizers of the ICERT, it is my special request to Dr. Sandeep Kumarji, kindly send the recommendations or conclusions of this seminar to the concerned authorities, then it will be very, very useful. And my special thanks to all the members of the ICERT who have chosen the paper presenter and topics very, very carefully. Once again, my heartiest congratulations to all the team members of ICERT. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful words. It was very enriching experience getting this from you. Now, I would move on to the next session of our seminar, that is the declaration of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam International Excellence Awards 2023. Request the ICRT team to present the awardees. So, the most awaited segment, the announcement of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam International Excellence Awards 2023. The first award goes to Mr. Venkatesh Subramaniam Ganapathy, Faculty in Auditing Department, Southern India Regional Council Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Congratulations, sir. The next awardee is Professor Dr. Rajendra Kumar Uppal, Professor Emeritus, MTC Global Chair Professor, Banking and Finance, Bathinda, Punjab. A heartiest congratulations to you, sir. You truly deserve this. The next awardee is Dr. Shakha Sharma, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, GCW, Gandhinagar, Jammu. A very, very congratulations, ma'am. The next awardee is Dr. Vijay Lakshmi N, Associate Professor of Sociology, Government First Grade College, Madhugiri, Karnataka. Heartiest congratulations to ma'am. The next awardee is Dr. Amarnath Paswan, Assistant Professor cum Assistant Director, Center for the Study of Social Exclusion and Inclusive Policy, BHU Varanasi. Kudos to you, sir. The next awardee is Dr. Ravindra Bhardwaj, Lecturer, Department of Physics and Computer Science, Faculty of Science, Delbagh Educational Institute, Agra. Heartiest congratulations to you, sir. The next awardee is Miss A. Marema Angel, Teacher, Nirmala Senior Secondary School, Port Blair. Very, very congratulations to you, ma'am. The next awardee of today's international seminar is Dr. Satendra Kumar, Associate Professor, Chemistry, Government College for Women, Hisar. A very congratulations to you, sir. The next awardee of the day is Dr. Sri Vidya Muthwal, Trained Graduate Teacher, Mansukh Bhai Kothari National School, Pune. Heartiest congratulations to you, ma'am. The next awardee of the day is Dr. Kishore Kumar Dash, Academic Counselor, Journalism and Mass Communication, Orissa State Open University Study Center, Orissa. Heartiest congratulations to you, sir. This was all for today's awardees. Congratulations to all the awardees for Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam International Excellence Award 2023. All the awardees are the true deservings for this award. Now, I would like to welcome Sonia ma'am for the official vote of thanks. Sonia ma'am, over to you. I would request ICRT team to unmute Sonia ma'am. Team ICRT, please unmute ma'am.
Thank you so much, Team ICRT. I'll start from thanking Team ICRT for giving me a wonderful opportunity, a big responsibility on my shoulders that you push on, and I try to justify, try to do my best. I hope you like it. I hope I'm up to your benchmark or maybe taking it one notch up. I don't know, always there for your feedback. Thank you so much, Dr. Sandeep, always there. Whenever you say, always there for you. Thank you, Team ICRT. Now, to a great team of listeners that we had today. Let's start one by one. Professor Rajendra Kumar Uppal, such an eminent educationist, thank you for consenting being the guest of honor and the chairperson for today, marking the World Children's Day on November of 20th, 2023. Dr. Tina Bhatia, totally delightful, delighted to hear your beautiful words. I think education is the true sense. Thank you for consenting to be the keynote speaker for today's evening. Dr. Dilpreet Kaur, I can never miss out your name. Our 1-minute connect, and we are there to roll the show on. Thank you so much. And even filling me up when I went around to get the plug because my MacBook was dying. Thank you for covering me up at that moment. I really am thankful to that. To the team of highly distinguished educationists, esteemed educationists, children are the architect of our future, as it is through education that we provide them the tool to shape a brighter tomorrow. So eventually, we are the curators, they are the doers. As eminent educationists, your dedication and wisdom play a vital, pivotal role in nurturing young minds and fostering a love for learning. Let us reaffirm our commitment to creating an environment where every child's potential is recognized and nurtured. Our collective efforts pave the way for a generation that is not only well educated but compassionate, innovative, and ready to tackle the challenges of the future. Last but not the least, as we celebrate World Children's Day, let's rededicate ourselves to the principles of equity, inclusivity, and excellence in education, because together we can create a world every child has the opportunity to thrive and realize their full potential. With that, namaste.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your very generous words. Now, I would also like to conclude today's international seminar, and I'll start with this beautiful quotation. Every child is a different kind of flower, and all together make a beautiful garden in the world. So, I'll tell all of you present here today to take a moment. Take a moment to relive your childhood. Take a moment to relish this gift of nature. Take a moment to make time to play. Take a moment to embrace the purity and innocence of childhood. Take a moment to understand a person, no matter how small, he is a person. So take a moment to rebuild the joyous future with happy children in the world across. My sincere gratitude for the pillars of ICRT, Dr. S.K. Singamar Sir, Chairman ICRT, the true visionary, Dr. Sandeep Sihak Sir, General Secretary ICRT, the backbone of ICRT, I must say, he is holding everything across. Dr. Navneet Kaur Ma'am, Executive Director ICRT, Ms. Sonia McPherson, the chief patron of today's international seminar. Thank you so much, ma'am. Your concluding remarks were really visionary and very wise and very kind and very enriching, I must say. Dr. Aruna Anchal, ma'am, Executive Director, Research and Publication Division. Thank you. Dr. Simran, ma'am, Executive Director, Finance Division. Dr. Saima Parvez, ma'am, Executive Director, Public Relations, and all other core committee members whose efforts have made this happen today. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank Dr. R.K. Uppal, sir, such a knowledgeable person I have ever met across. You are a role model, sir, really. Dr. Tina Bhatia, ma'am, you literally enlightened today's session, ma'am, with your insightful words. It was pleasure listening to you. Thank you so much, ma'am. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to all the participants who joined us today. Your active participation, thought-provoking discussions, and diverse viewpoints have been the driving force for the success of today's seminar. It is through your engagement and dedication that we have been able to explore all these innovative ideas and forge meaningful connections that will continue to shape our endeavors beyond these walls. And this platform, I must say, ICRT, that has made happen this today. Such resourceful minds, such transformative exchange of ideas, all is possible just because of this wonderful platform of ICRT. So thank you, team ICRT. Kudos to ICRT. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. We can leave this webinar and we will continue engaging in such meaningful discussions in future endeavors also. Thank you so much.